Fire spreads quickly. Don't wait until it's too late. Garmin's Tractor Service specializes in field mowing and light tractor work to help protect your family, your property, and those around you. We're fully insured, locally licensed, and ready to help you create the defensible space you need. Call or text Garmin's Tractor Service today. Protect what matters before fire strikes you.
Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger, and I wanted to give you an update with what's going on with the fires here because you've been probably seeing some smoke in some areas. I know there was some smoke in the Redding area this morning. Some people are getting a little concerned about some of the fires that we are seeing out there. So I wanted to give you a quick update here for your Sunday. Of course, we're going to have more on Monday. And, you know, the thing is, we've been talking about the potential for thunderstorms in the mountains here, in particular as we go into your Tuesday and Wednesday. And as a result, the National Weather Service, at least for Tuesday, has issued a fire weather watch for some of the mountain locations. So let's get you right into it, and we're going to take a look at the latest satellite image here. And you can see the heat signature that we're getting in from the blue fire. That's that top yellow circle that you see there. You see that heat signature in there. That means the fire has been fairly active and it's burning fairly actively. Not as active with the Dillon fire. You can see a little bit of orange coming in there a little bit earlier, but that's where most of the smoke is being produced from the blue fire and the Dillon fire. They've been generally spreading eastward in the morning and then southward overnight in the early morning hours, even into the north end of the valley. So we're going to go ahead and get out of the satellite image here and take a look at the fire tracker here. And this is just going to take a look at some of the heat signatures that we're seeing here across Northern California. And once again, western Siskiyou County, northern Siskiyou County, see a lot of the yellow dots there. That's just indicating where we are seeing some of that activity here. So let's start with the Dillon fire. This is the largest fire. Keep in mind, this was sparked by lightning last week. It has grown up to 5,695 acres as of noon today, still at 0% containment. There you can see all of the evacuation orders and warnings for of course, the orders in the deep red, and in the yellow is where you have the evacuation warnings. Order, as you know, means get out. You need to be out of there now. Warning means get ready to go here at a moment's notice. To give you an idea how close it is to Cottage Grove, it's about 2.6 miles from the fire there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take you now to, before we get to any other fires, I just wanted to show you some of the latest heat signatures coming in from the satellite image here. And the orange is indicating about 12 to 24 hours old. The red squares indicating 6 to 12 hours old. Some of the more recent activity, as you can see on the northwest side of the fire here. So it is growing away for the most part from Cottage Grove, although that north end of that fire looks like we are still seeing some fairly recent activity here as it grows closer to the Cottage Grove community. All right, now we're going to take you out to the peak fire, the blue fire. This has actually grown over the last 24 to 48 hours. There you can see the fire perimeter there. There is now an evacuation warning for 3 zones: SIS 1118, 1007, and 1117. You can see it's up to 945 acres, unfortunately, with 0% containment. Take a look at some of the heat signatures, and still, again, this is where we saw on that satellite image to start things off here. This is why we're still seeing a lot of the heat signatures out of it. Still a very active fire here this afternoon here. The oranges, again, anywhere from 12 to 24 hours old. The reds, anywhere from 6 to 12 hours old. So once again, and it looks like really all surrounding the fire, there certainly is activity here. Maybe the south side of the fire, not as much activity, but really elsewhere around that perimeter of the fire is where we're seeing most of the activity coming in from the blue fire. To give you an idea where it is from Syed Valley, about 2.5 miles, has some steep terrain to kind of get through, but hasn't really moved much closer over the last couple of days. Or you take you down to the south now, and this is going to be in Trinity County. You've got the Lick fire. Now, not very large right now, no evacuation orders or warnings, up to 36 acres at 0% containment. And we're going to take a look at some of the latest satellite activity from this one. Last 12 to 24 hours, you can see the north end of the fire is where we've seen most of the activity, 0% containment here, and show you where it is from Coffee Creek, about 4.5 miles from Coffee Creek. Take you to the south of that, and this is the peak fire. Now the peak fire, I want to show you here just kind of some of the steep terrain that the firefighters are dealing with, and that's why it's so difficult for them to really fight this fire, as it has grown a little bit here over the last 24 to even 48 hours. Taking a look at the peak fire here at 394 acres, but we are seeing some containment at about 5% containment, but not a lot of activity coming out of it. You see some of the orange squares there indicating 12 to 24 hours old as far as that data is concerned, and mainly moving away from Highway 3, away from those mountain communities. But to give you an idea, for Cummington Mill, about 3.5 miles. These distances haven't changed even since I reported on Friday. You see up to Coffee Creek, you're at about 13.0 miles. And again, keep in mind that line goes up and down the terrain, so that gives you a more accurate distance than, say, as the crow flies, because we certainly don't want to look at that, because there can be a lot of that terrain in between. All right, now we take you out to the Big Cliff fire. This really hasn't been getting a lot of updates lately. As of 8:29, 1:03 p.m., 993 acres at about 75% containment. And there you can see just kind of a general idea. It's about 12 miles from Etna. That distance has not changed for quite a while either. So that's the latest look at all the fires. I want to show you some of the smoke. There you see some of the smoke we saw this morning that dissipated, but some of the plumes of smoke moving eastward. So Wairika, Western Siskiyou County, and even Northern Trinity County in general, seeing most of that smoke. That will then kind of push a little bit to the south at midnight, so around Mount Shasta, southward into northern Shasta County, and then there may be some haze and a little bit of smoke in the Redding area come tomorrow morning. So especially if you live on the west side of Redding, you may smell a little bit of smoke. You may see some of that haze out there. That will dissipate though as we go through the day. Then another plume of smoke coming in from both the Dillon and the Blue fires for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and we could probably see another repeat with that overall pattern with that smoke. The winds, you know, there's nothing major going on here. We don't have any major wind events going on. As you can see here, Monday morning, not an issue. The winds do pick up a little bit for the afternoon on Monday. Now what we're going to see on Tuesday is calm winds to start off, and the winds picking up a little breezy from the south for the valley. The winds that you see in the mountains, that unfortunately is going to most likely be associated with thunderstorms, as much as I hate to say it, because we do have thunderstorms in the forecast. More on that in just a second. But take a look at the fire weather risk. This combines the heat, the humidity, which those numbers on the screen there. You can see just how low it is this afternoon and evening. And it also is a factor of the winds as well. So Monday, kind of in that moderate to high, nothing unusual. I do expect higher fire danger as we go into your Tuesday. And look at that higher fire danger, especially off to the north and east. In Modoc County, that is once again due to the fact that we do have that potential for those lightning strikes in there. Now, the severe outlook is including a chance for thunderstorms for all of the areas in green here. I don't think the valley will see any activity here, and based on our in-house forecast model, it's not indicating that Trinity County will see any thunderstorms on Tuesday. But I will say that, and this is the way it's been looking here for quite a while, that is Siskiyou, Modoc, Lassen, and Plumas counties that I think will see the best chances for thunderstorms, although I am beginning to see signs that maybe eastern Shasta, Tehama, and even northeastern portions of Butte County Tuesday afternoon could see some of that thunderstorm activity as well. In fact, the National Weather Service has issued a fire weather watch. Now, keep in mind, and what I find interesting is that they don't tend to issue these watches or even red flag warnings for Lassen or Plumas counties, despite the fact that those areas will see the potential for dry lightning and most likely new lightning sparked fires. But what the area includes based on the National Weather Service would be Modoc, Siskiyou, and Trinity County, southward working its way into Mendocino County as well. All right, so fire potential, there's the areas in red indicating the lightning strikes are a possibility. That'll be the case again on Wednesday before the chances do begin to diminish for any thunderstorms in the mountains come Thursday and Friday of next week. So let's take a look at Futurecast, and this is going to take you out through Tuesday, but there you can see no thunderstorms today, no thunderstorms for your Monday, but then by Tuesday, yeah, we're starting to see that activity. So based on our in-house forecast model, it is showing most of the activity in Siskiyou, Modoc, Lassen, and I'd even say Plumas County as well. But otherwise, you can see not much activity, if any, for Trinity County or even the foothills and mountains west of the valley in general. But that's something we'll be monitoring very closely. As you saw, there is a fire weather watch for Trinity County, and the threat for lightning, as indicated by other fire resources, are indicating that Trinity County is in that as well. So as of right now, I think most of the thunderstorms will be outside of Trinity County, but that is something we will have to monitor here very closely as we progress over the next 24 to 48 hours. So again, this is not, and any of this threat for thunderstorms and dry lightning is not going to be here until Tuesday and Wednesday of this upcoming week. Monday, I think we're going to be just fine. All right, so just kind of give you a quick reminder, there are different resources that you can have go to for Weather NorCal. There's a free 24-hour streaming channel, pretty much available on all Weather NorCal platforms, including the website, weathernorcal.com, the free Weather NorCal app, Fire Stick, Roku. Just search for Weather NorCal app stores there, and anywhere YouTube is available, including your smart TV. You can watch the 24-hour channel there. The YouTube channel is phenomenal because not only can you watch the 24-hour channel, but you can on-demand watch the latest video forecast, and you can watch these special forecasts that I do, like this fire update that you're seeing right here. Also, as I mentioned, there is a free Weather NorCal app. Just go to your iPhone or your Android app store, search for Weather Space NorCal. Put a space between Weather and NorCal, and you can download that app for free. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this gives you a little bit of a heads up on not only what's going on with the current fires, what we're expecting with the smoke over the next 24 hours as well, and the potential for more dry lightning strikes as we take you into your Tuesday. That's going to do it for this fire weather update, sponsored by Garmin's Tractor Service. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you tomorrow morning on Coffee with Kruger at 6:30, and your latest update will be at 6 o'clock in the morning. Have yourselves a great rest of your holiday weekend.